What's good? What's good, family? It's your boy in the building. We back talking some Hawks. Hold on 1 second. My day cord got rolled over real quick. I'll fix that later. What's good, family? I'm in the building. Just wanted to talk a little bit of some off-season moves that I would like to see us do to get us back in this title contention. Damn, that's really caught up in there. I'm gonna have to do that later, but yeah, I'm in the building, man. Let me get started here. Um, let's talk some off season. Okay. Definitely gonna need definitely gonna need some improvement to this team. Gonna need some improvement to the team, family. The problem is how and what improvements do we need to make our team better? Um, you got to ask yourself, are we the first thing you got to ask yourself is how far are we off from actually contending um to get to an NBA championship? How close are we? That's a question we have to ask, because that answer will dictate any move that you need to make to get your team to the position, not to the position, well, yeah, to get the team in position to contend for a championship. um Me myself, I think we have a lot of we got some moves we need to make. We definitely can't just really just straight run it back like we tried to do this year. We saw what happened. We tried to run it back with minor additions. Some of the additions, one of the addition worked, the rest of them didn't work. Additions being TLC, Dang, DeLon Wright. But I think we need to go after, an all-star caliber type player. You know, um, with Utah losing, ask yourself, is Donovan Mitchell available? Is Donovan Mitchell, um, does he want to stay in Utah? I've read a couple blog sites trying to, give us Rudy Gobert. We don't want Rudy Gobert. We don't want another big who can't score. On it, Rudy Gobert don't have no post moves, so it's almost like having Capella again. Um, but they never put us with Donovan Mitchell. And the trade I read on Clutch was terrible. Had us giving up all of our young talent to get Rudy Gobert. What's good, analyst? What's popping with your homie?
Nothing much, man. Just I'm really just excited for tonight and this off season, man. I saw some of them mock trades. They never have any good trades for us. They always have us giving up I saw one out there. It was like Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, Clint Capella, and like two first round picks for Rudy Gobert. Like no one's doing that.
Man, I saw that today. I think that was on the dude Clutch Sports or something like that. Clutch fans or something like that. I read that trade. I was like, are you kidding me? I even went on this dude YouTube channel, man, some YouTuber talking about Gobert. We don't want Rudy Gobert. Okay. Why would we go get another big who can't do nothing with the ball? That makes 0 sense. Zero. You know? Um, let's see what the chat talking about. The chat saying, yeah, Pat Bear probably gonna stay in Minnesota, bro. Like he's changed that culture up there so much. I doubt that they'll let him leave. I haven't even looked at his contract situation, so I don't know what year.
13 million.
What he just did a 1 year deal.
Yep.
Oh, so but I if I'm in Minnesota, I'm doing what I got to do to keep that guy there. So I could tell you like this: we can't afford $13 million right now. to sign a player outright. Okay. The only way we can really add to this team is through sign and trade. We don't have no cap space. We got the mid-level exception, which is $6 to $10 million. That's not going to get you a game changer, to be honest. So I was thinking about, tell me what y'all think of this. I was thinking about kicking the tires on I mean, you could kick the tires on Zach LaVine, and then you could play because Zach LaVine is a unrestricted free agent. So, but we still could make him an offer and do a sign and trade, and that way the salary when the it's not too bad because you're also sending out salary doing the sign and trade. So it's not like you do a sign and trade and you just take on his salary and we still keep the salary. No. So I mean that could be an option. You know what I'm saying? Zach LaVine. Well, you're right, Alex. The Bulls can offer more money, but that still doesn't mean as a general manager you don't do your due diligence and speak to his agent, see what his agent's talking about. Maybe he don't like some of the players in Chicago. You never know, man. You
It's
never
true.
know what's going on in the background, man. Let me welcome our guy up here, Ticket Gerald up in the building. What's good, my guy?
What's up? What's up?
Ain't nothing, man. I just threw out the option out there, man, thinking about kicking. What's wrong with kicking the tires on a Zach LaVine, man? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's a L right there.
Why is that?
Well, number one, we finished ninth. Where did he finish?
I don't know, but guess what? He lost 4-1 just like we did.
No, I got that, but they're like considerably better
They
than
wasn't they wasn't last
than
year.
we are. I ain't talking about last. I'm talking about this season. This is the
But
first year
no,
they had the
I'm
Rose
trying
and all that.
but no, I'm just trying to show you that, you know, um us finishing ninth, we still can get some dudes. You still kick the tires on it and you just see what the agent is talking about. It don't hurt nothing, but you can't tell me that adding a Zach LaVine doesn't make us a better team. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be an upgrade, but on the business side, you're gonna have to give that boy 200 million.
We can't give him 200 million. Even if we wanted to, we can't give it to him.
That's why I said that's another reason why I said that's a L.
We can only offer him up to 165, I think.
Yeah, that's the and I think Chicago can give them like 40 more than
Yeah,
what we
I
can give
mean,
them.
at the end of
So
the day, man, at the end of the day,
you make the
bro,
call.
that's for all players, but I'm still kicking the tires. It don't hurt to kick the tires because, like I said, I mean, who knows what's going on in the background? You know what I'm saying? You never know. You
Yeah,
never know.
you gonna call now. You gonna call, see what's up or whatnot. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up on with that situation.
Oh, I don't have my hopes up for no major move, to be honest. Like analysts know what I be saying.
And
I don't think. I
who
don't
else a
think.
free agent?
I gotta double check. I don't know who. Let me see who. I'm looking for like unrestricted free agents
Yeah,
first
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
because you could easily get at them. I mean, even though we don't have no cap space for them, but let me see. I ain't even
We get
look.
rid of Herter, we will.
Huh?
Get rid
What?
of Herter, we will.
Well, yeah,
Zach
you gotta use them in a sign and trade.
Zach LaVine is unrestricted. So
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
bought
that's
them
what I'm
up.
saying.
yeah,
Who I'm asking who else is besides him.
you
'Cause
got
he gon'
Gary Harris is unrestricted. You got Nurkic unrestricted. I wouldn't take a chance on TJ Warren. He's been so injured
I
prone.
wasn't.
You got Rocco who's unrestricted. Trez Harrell, Tyus Jones, Kyle. I'm just trying to find the big names. You all probably don't like him, but I'm looking at as far as like to address moving away a little bit from the bigger names, looking to address our length situation. I do like a name like a Chris Boucher, who's unrestricted. I do like his length and his ability
Who
to
shaded
stretch.
from the Raptors
Uh-huh.
as the backup center? What's his stats for the season? For last season?
Let me look it up.
Yeah, and other free agents you got. Other free agents you got is okay. I'm just gonna run them down, man. You got Ricky Rubio. You
No.
got Iggy, you got Thaddeus Young, you got Joe Ingles.
I wouldn't mind Joe
Iggy might
Ingles.
be that vet that I be talking about in the chat all the time.
Yeah. I also
Who?
do like Joe Ingles.
You said who might be that vet?
Iggy.
You know what, man? I would see if I could get Ricky Rubio for the low
Rubio.
I would too.
as a
I
backup point guard to take Lou
I
Will's spot, bro.
yeah.
So
I
And
would
it,
y'all
do
don't that I mean Lou really a backup. Well, you would play Ricky Rubio over DeLon Wright?
bro, DeLon Wright a
Yeah.
free agent, dog.
So you wouldn't sign DeLon Wright back?
It depends. If I could get him
If
for the mid-level exception, I would, but he could that's only up to 10 million. So
What would
I mean,
you sign, let me ask you this, would you sign him over Ricky Rubio? Or it would depend on the money?
depending on the money.
yeah, the money. Because I can make an argument for both. Obviously I don't really need to say I don't
Rubio
really
floor general. Yeah.
I don't really need to say too much about DeLon. We already seen him at work. Ricky Rubio was out there leading the Cavs.
Yeah.
He the one that led him to that hot start, man.
I listen.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could use
But
him as he could be a veteran because you got a real veteran point guard with years in the
Exactly.
league who's actually trying to play and not just sit on the bench. But
he won't play no defense though.
it all come down to money. So, but
Now
I'm just let's see who else. You got Torian Prince.
I don't.
What about a Nurkic? These are all unrestricted. So
I would take Big Nerd.
you got
Nurk can come out the
Nurkic.
bench for me.
Hey, if Nerd want to come off the bench, I'm all for it.
Nurk can come out the bench. I'll take that.
Nurkic
Especially
made
since Onyeka's almost adding a jump shot to his game. I would take Nerd.
he made $12 million last year. So
We gotta get Okongwu gotta go to the 4 for us to get the most production out of him.
Well, he's not going to the 4 till he get that shot down.
Right.
So that's what he said.
We bring Nurk. I mean, we bring in somebody like Nurk. He ain't got no choice but to go to the 4 then.
And then you still got TJ Warren. We got Robert Covington.
I love Covington.
Covington made $11 million last year. I
wouldn't give Covington more than 7.
I trade shit.
You're not getting Covington then because he's gonna get way more than 7 million, pimp.
Yeah, he's gonna get more than 7 million. He's a defensive specialist there.
Yep. And he had a good season too.
They say he got the best hands, the quickest hands in the league.
Well, I was saying, do you think that a team? Well, I was just kind of stretching it, saying with 7, but do you think a team would give him over what he made this year at
Hell like, yeah, championship 31? Team would give him.
I mean, bro, he only made
get premium money, bro.
He only made $11 million last year, bro. So, I mean, even a bump in salary. I mean, even at 11 million, he's out of our price range right now. You know, that's not. I'm just going. When I say that, I'm just strictly talking being able to sign people outright. I ain't speaking on signing trades or anything like that.
Oh, I see. How much money we got?
We got the mid-level exception, and then we got to see who Travis gonna clear off the books. I mean, you go into next season, bro. Trade extension kicks in. He gonna get all NBA, so that's gonna be 30 million. John at 25, bro. That's already 55 million with 2 players. Bogey at what? 17.
Herter at 16.
That's another 32. So we'll be up to about 80 some million on
What's
4
the max
players.
we can go to?
They got to change the cap. They're gonna up it.
It go up, don't it?
Yeah, it don't go up that much though, to where you like, oh my god.
Oh, I got
it might go up, maybe 10 million. It may go up 10 million.
I say get rid. Well, let Gallo walk.
Let Gallo walk.
Well, you can't let him. You can't let him walk because he's still under contract.
I would cut him and then sign him for the.
Nah, no. we got an option on him. So if we cut him before, I can't remember the date, but if we cut him, we only on hook for 5 million.
I'm not letting Gallo. I'm not.
Now what you can do is the GM. Nothing. Now what you can do is the GM if you are if you do want to keep Gallo, but you got to work that out with his agent. You will have to sign. You will have to cut him. Then you will have to sign him, but you will sign him last because you can go over the cap with your own players.
I would give him
You
that
see what
middle.
I'm saying?
I'm not gonna let
Yeah,
Gallo
yeah.
So
go for
what you would
It's
nothing.
do
like a
is,
loophole.
yeah. So what you would do is you would say, okay, this the plan, Gallo, and then you would make all your other moves first and fill all the cap all the way up as high as you can get it, and then you sign him who takes you over the cap. You see what I'm saying? But you'll go over the cap, but you can still sign him. You
Right,
feel
I
me?
see what you're saying. Who
Do
would
y'all?
So if we let Gallo walk, we just got to pay him $5 million. Y'all saying
Yep.
how much would that save in the cap space?
15 million. But hold up. It'll save us 15 million, but I gotta look because you still gotta remember we still have you still got the other players' contracts still up there too.
The
So
Who else a
fifth
free
the
agent?
fifth we would
say that again, Gerald.
Who else is a free agent? Like if we didn't like if there was no option on Gallo, who
For
else is
who?
a
Are you talking
free
about?
agent for the Hawks?
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Hold up. Give me a hot second.
we got TLC Gorgie.
Give me a
So
hot second. I'll pull it up.
that's why Travis is talking about it's gonna be a lot of turnover because we don't have as many friends as we did last year. But no, but the thing with Gallo is that we still owe him his 21 for this year. So I think that with Gallo, I'm not gonna let Gallo go. Just go for nothing. He's been too valuable for me to just let him go for nothing.
I was
I would cut him
saying
and bring him back for that mid level. If not, if I'm gonna have to trade Gallo, it's gonna be in a bigger trade. I'm at least have to get some type of pick or asset back for Gallo. I'm not gonna just let him walk for nothing.
if we get I want to make sure I understanding y'all right. So if
Mm-hmm.
we cut Gallo, we got to pay him $5 million, but we save $10 million.
No, you'll save. What's his salary? 21. So
21,
21 minus 5.
So you'll save
16.
$16 million to
Yep.
let him go, to let him walk.
Yep.
No, not to let him walk. You just have to. Well, that's if you
I
want to
mean,
bring
but
him
But
back. So
technically, you letting him walk because you
right,
cutting him.
yeah, because you cutting them.
Right.
But then I think the immediate thing would be to just bring him back after, like what Mi said, sign all your players and then bring him back for that whatever you owe him.
So, well, if you let him walk, you know you're not gonna be able to sign because somebody's gonna give him more than what we gonna give him. So you
Yep.
let him walk.
And I was gonna say it's all about
Yeah, it
it's
ain't.
all about if Gallo
He
wants
ain't
to.
finna give us no he ain't finna give no 9 seed that kind of discount.
I won't get nobody a discount. Let me welcome my boy DJ Incog in the building. What's good, my guy? Talk to me, man. What you
Man,
What's
what
think?
up,
it is, what it is, what it is, what going on?
Ain't
What's
nothing
up?
much. We over here discussing some free agent moves that we hope could happen or anything that's gonna help this team, man. Talk to me. What you think? What you think our most important need would be for the offseason for this team?
Man, most important need is development because what you gotta look at the Hawks situation right now, man. I mean, you got a lot of money tied up in like the core people who's like going to play. Because when you talk about Nate, I mean, he already got his rotation, and his rotation is pretty much signed already. You see what I'm saying? To long term contracts. So, I mean, development is the key, but I mean, development is hit or miss. But when you talk about, opportunities to bring other people in, I mean, you're looking at the end of the bench when it comes to, the Lou Williams, the TLC Dean, those who's the other guy?
That Scholar Mays is
Skylar
sitting on
Mays.
the end of the bench.
Yeah, Skylar Mays. You're talking about those kind of players. Even DeLon, if we gonna bring him back or not. So I mean, that's where the games are gonna be played when it comes to free agency. Who is Travis going to bring in? And when it comes to trading our assets, our young assets, does Travis got the nerve or the balls to make a
Yes,
move?
yes, yes.
And with me, honestly, I don't think so. With me, I think this same core is going to be back. and it's going to be some veterans, coming in, or some draft picks or whatever, just coming in, filling out that tail end of the roster.
Did I not just say that in that chat, analyst? Didn't I say that?
You did say that, Lamar.
I disagree 100%.
Okay,
So,
talk to me. Why you disagree?
DJ.
Why you disagree with
Okay.
DJ? And you disagree with me too, because I say the exact same thing. He ain't finna make no splash like that, bro.
Hey, and I ain't in the chat no more. So
let me tell you, Travis. Listen, he last season he had no choice but to run it back. This season he would be. First of all, last season we had all these free agents, so we had to make a decision on them. Now we're set. We can make trades. We can make new free agent signing trades, stuff like that. I disagree 100% because when a general manager sees, especially a general manager with a ring, sees that this has not worked, and he already says there's going to be turnover and moves made this offseason, multiple moves. I don't see. I'm going to be honest with you, and I hate to say it, but I don't see a guy like my guy Herder coming back. I don't see Bogey coming back. I don't see these guys coming back. Not coming back. I don't see them on the roster. I think that Travis, if a guy like a Beal, Levine, Mitchell, or a big time guy like that comes available, he's gonna jump on it. But I think other than that, it's gonna be a lot of not a lot of moves, but a lot of moves that we can improve on the defensive end. So I was listening to Bobby Marks. He makes a video for every team's offseason guide. I was listening to him, and he was saying the Hawks this offseason is gonna have to trade off offense for defense. That's just what they're gonna have to do. And I think that Travis has talked about this many times on many occasions. We're moving into the offseason, not the trade deadline, the offseason, where you have a lot more time to evaluate, negotiate, and stuff like that. So I disagree because it's not like this general manager has not done anything in disappointing situations. Last year we were in a good situation, and we added DeLon Wright. And so the year that was disappointing, the year that we wanted to compete, he added free agents. Okay, he brought down Nate. He fired a coach in the middle of the end of the season. So it's not like we haven't seen him.
Hold up. Don't give him no credit for that because he didn't want to fire Nate. The owner put pressure on him to fire LP. Don't do that.
Okay. So, well, okay, but what I'm saying is I don't think that Travis has not done anything in pressure situations. Trey asked for a better team around him. He went out, signed Bogey, Gallo, Rondo, Tony Snell, Solo. He went out and signed those guys.
And what year was that? What year was that for Trae Young?
I think it was year.
That was year three. Year three. So it took him. And see, this is why I always call out Travis, right? I'm finna call him out real quick.
Developmental process.
But watch this though. Watch this.
And we traded for Clint Capella.
Okay, watch this. So how come Dallas went and got KP in year 2 for Luka?
I'm gonna tell you why, DeMar.
Okay.
We got Clint in year 2.
Dallas.
No, we didn't get Clint in year 2.
We got him in year 3. It was year 3.
Year 3, bro.
We didn't get him the same year we signed all those guys. Clint was out for a whole year. He couldn't play.
Oh, you're right.
We got Clint. What was this?
It was year 2.
For Trey, 2018, 2019. Clint got here what? 2020, right?
Yeah, mid-20.
He got here in 2020. He came in mid-season. We got him in mid-season. We got him right before the new year. Because he was already hurt when we got him.
And he didn't play that year.
And he didn't play. He didn't play, so that don't count. He didn't play. He traded for a hurt player. This is the point, though. This is the point that I'm trying to make. Hold up. This is the point I'm making. Travis, to me, and this is why I keep saying he's not going to do nothing major, because he could have went after better players instead of a Clint Capella, okay, who was hurt, right?
Like who?
And watch this. And he only does real moves when it's pressure on him. Trey. Trey. If you go back to the Clint Capella trade, because guess who else we got? We also we had got Dwayne Dedman, right? Go back. That was when we had this locker room turmoil when Vince Carter came out and was like, "Hey, they were saying that shit like we don't have no vets and blah 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 blah."
No
And
leadership.
Trey Young told he had told Vince Carter that Dwayne Dedman was the locker room leader. And because guess what our general manager did? Went and traded for the same player who was just on our team the year before, like an idiot, instead of just signing him and keeping him, right? So, but my point is this, man. Travis, he's scary, dog. And he always make moves. He's a reactionary GM, bro. He doesn't.
I
He
think
not
all
forward
GMs are
thinking.
No,
reactionary GMs.
He
I don't know about that.
forward. He not forward thinking. That's how. Watch this. Dallas was forward thinking. You know how I know? Because in year 2, when they recognized that Luka was going to be good in year 1. So in year 2, when a superstar became available, which was KP,
He ain't
Dallas,
a superstar.
Superstar.
bro, KP was a king. He was killing up in New York. Let's not
He was not. No.
go look at his
He
stats,
was.
bro. He giving you 22. He giving you 22 points, and he giving you a double.
That's not a
Up in New
superstar.
York. Up in New York, right? And
State
he
injured.
was on. So my point is this, man. Travis is a reactionary general manager. Unless it's pressure put on him, he does these little I call them safe moves. Let's be safe. Let's get this guy. Let's get this. Instead of say,
You
know
could
what,
argue
guys?
that every
Demar,
GM,
hold on.
Denver,
Let me ask a
Utah,
question.
all
Let me
these
ask a question.
GMs make safe moves.
Let me ask a question. Demar,
What's up?
the year when Luka got there, his rookie year, did he not go to the playoffs his first year?
No, he didn't. He went his second year.
What was his record his first year?
Oh, they was under 500. Nope, they was under 500. Why do you think we traded Luka Doncic and got the pick? You know why? Because Travis analytic team had predicted Dallas was going to have a losing season. So that 10th pick was Cam Reddish. That was the Dallas pick.
From them being in the lottery. I got you.
They knew they won't go make the playoffs.
Okay.
He didn't make the playoffs. He made it his second year.
His second year, I got you.
He made it in the bubble. His first year in the playoffs was the bubble playoffs.
All right, so let me ask you this. You said that, Travis didn't go after better, which we don't know if he went after them or not.
Okay, true, but I'm just saying it ain't out there.
I got you.
If he did.
He don't leak his stuff.
So this is my thing. If I'm an NBA player, what is a better NBA destination? Now, I ain't thinking about the city, just as an NBA team and franchise. Dallas or Atlanta?
I would say it's a push, to be honest.
No, hell no. Dallas got a ring for one, and they got the most.
Bro, who left on that team with a ring, Earl?
What you mean?
You keep saying they got a ring. Who on the Dallas Mavericks right now got a ring from when Dallas won a championship?
I'm just talking. I'm not talking about just the players. I'm going from
the coach gone.
I'm going from top down.
No, my point is this: if they still had players from that championship roster up there, then I can see you saying, "Hey, that's a better destination than Atlanta." But Dallas ain't done shit. Let's be honest here. Compared to what we've done, look at who been further in the playoffs the last 3 years.
I get what you're saying, Damar, but you saying what you're talking about is solely on the floor. I'm saying from top down, because we went to the playoffs 10 straight years and our ownership was shit. I'm talking about from the ownership. I'm talking about from ownership.
We don't have the ASG no more.
We got
whole new ownership, dog. Whole new general manager, whole new ownership.
I got that, but it ain't a push.
I would say it's a push, man, because Dallas ain't won shit with Luka.
But their front office and leader, really, I'm saying it's because of Mark Cuban.
Oh, so you saying they got a better owner than we do?
Yeah, the driver of the boat, the bus driver.
I mean, I won't disagree with that. I would say this. I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this.
And it's a more popular. Well, it's a bigger market.
And
I know I said don't count the fan base, but it is
Tony Wrestler.
It ain't that much bigger, dog. Atlanta's a top 10 market, bro.
Not in basketball, it ain't.
No, we're talking about the market. The market is the market. It don't matter
But Dallas
basketball,
ain't
football.
Dallas
The
like
market is the market.
what's Dallas like number 3?
Hell no, bro. You got New York,
Don't forget about the Cowboys.
LA.
The big four is LA, New York, Philly's up there too. LA, New York, Chicago. And then
So
who
Gerald,
that?
so Gerald, you telling me right now, if you was a free agent, you looked at Dallas and you looked at Atlanta, Atlanta's not a destination? Look, just going off the roster. Going off the roster, not the location. The roster. Dallas is a better spot. Yes or no?
Dallas a better spot. No, I know you said don't go off the location, but it helped that the location is tax free.
Bro, it ain't
no state tax.
Man. Okay, I mean,
I think. Hold
on. Incog want to say something. Go ahead, Incog. Go and say something.
Man, look here, man. The difference between us and Dallas is the GM is willing to make moves, man. I mean, you look at this year.
They fired the GM, by the way.
Well, hey, whoever making moves. They got Spencer Dinwiddie at the All-Star break. They got rid of
play Luka at the 3.
Hey, I mean, they making moves. They
just not sitting still. Than Atlanta.
They just not sitting still.
We didn't have Porzingis to get.
They got rid of Porzingis.
And Porzingis wasn't even it didn't even turn out to be a good trade for them.
So that's why they got rid of him. So who are we getting rid of?
It's the
fact who are we getting rid of? You know, it's the fact. Yeah, it's just what Damon's saying. It's the fact that they're willing to make changes and to make trades. I mean, we sitting here, you know, looking stupid.
We're not willing.
What I was saying,
do it.
What I was saying earlier was
we should have made a trade last year.
What I was saying earlier was
you don't know if the opportunity was on the table.
Yeah, dude, I don't care about the opportunity. Just jump.
You got to. You got to look at.
I mean, everybody say that the opportunity wasn't there. Man, come on. There's opportunities out there. You just got to be willing to make the changes, man.
Well, at what cost,
it probably wouldn't. It probably didn't fit their, you know, the return that they wanted, but still make some changes, man.
So you can't make the trade.
It depends. What you gotta ask yourself.
Just stand still.
But this is what you gotta ask yourself, man. When you making these trades, the player that you trade them for, is that player making your team better? That's all that matters, bro.
Hey, look here, Damon. I mean, who did we trade Dwight Howard for when Travis first came?
We traded him to Charlotte, bro.
That don't count.
For who?
That don't count.
What was the white dude name? It was a big
Plumlee.
white Plumlee. Yeah, Plumlee. Yeah,
come on, dog.
That don't count. That was a play.
I mean,
that
whatever.
It's a
play. Whatever. Who cares?
Make
a play now. Make a play now.
Make moves.
Make a play now. Make one now.
Because let me tell you what making a move at the trade deadline would have did. It would have gave us a lateral trade. Look at who was available for the prices at the trade deadline, and you tell me, because you got to look at the cost benefit. You're telling me that if we would have made a trade, look, you talked about Dinwiddie. We don't have a big guy on a $33 million contract and Porzingis that we're willing to move. We're not going to move Trae Young. So $33 million. Who are we going to move to get Dinwiddie and Bertans? No one. No, we're not moving anyone.
You could have moved John Collins.
The Wizards wanted. Let me tell you, the Wizards wanted John Collins. They were not willing to give up Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal. They didn't have Porzingis at the time. I don't want anyone else from Washington. No trade. So in that case, you can't just say make moves. We can't just make moves just to make moves. The option has to be there.
So what you're saying, analyst? So what you're saying is, if a deal does not fit what Travis wants, you don't mind. So you're not gonna be upset if push come to shove, we run it back with the same dude. Adding a little couple veterans to take the place of TLC and them. That's what you're saying right now. Because it sounds like to me, you want to just win a trade. Not get a trade, make a trade that's going to help your team. You worried about, am I going to win the trade?
But those are trades those are trades that you're going to win when the trade helps your team. Like, listen, I think that there are certain situations where there are bigger trades. I think that those trades, if you're a team that you don't have the star, I think that you have to wait for, or at least check to see you're kind of moving. And this is another thing that Travis I don't think that Travis does this, and I do fault him a little bit. Is Travis is more of that. He tries to control the conversation no matter who the player is, which sometimes that's how deals don't get done. But I'll put it to you this way: if you look at our trades, we don't lose our trade. The trades. I'll put it to you this way: we're not going to just make some lateral. We're not going to make trades just to make trades. That's not what we do, because those trades don't help your team. And listen, I disagree with the trade that Philadelphia made, but if you listen to Daryl Morey, you just don't make trades just to make trades. Listen to GMs all around the league. You make trades because that trade is going to help your team and what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to win a title, compete for the playoffs. And we don't know if
so
at the
like
deadline.
But like you say, GM, I mean, like you say there, analyst, like, since you brought up Morey, does what championship roster has he built?
He's built a let me tell you, he's built a potential championship roster.
Now watch this.
Watch this. Look at
now watch this. Now watch this.
GMs.
Now watch this. Now watch this. I give Daryl Morey credit. You know why? Because when he was in Houston, he put everybody around his star. He took risks. He went after Westbrook. He took risks. He went after Chris Paul. You see what I'm getting at here? Now, when he was in Houston
for a while,
and guess what? Now he in Philly. He went straight after James Harden. That was the only player he wanted on the team. My point is this: like what DJ said, the GM, bro. The only thing we got right now, he has to be aggressive, man. We need to be looking. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Unless you just want to keep being the 8th, 9th seed and shit, the days of going after players like these TLCs, these Dangs, bro, they over with. He need to be making a move for an available or a disgruntled, like at least an NBA All-Star caliber type player.
I think he's
that's a two-way street though, Damon. The player gotta want to come here as well.
That's why I said disgruntled. Right, who don't want to be with his team, or maybe somebody wants to come play with a Trae Young. That's why y'all keep hearing me saying I would be tampering. I would have Trae Young on the phone with potential targets, talking to him, saying, "Hey, man,
he probably do that already.
Come play with us, bro. Come play with us."
I'm sure they do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. So I mean, all that.
Listen,
want to play here?
I don't think that you all. We again.
This is an unrealistic expectation.
No, it's not.
Sometimes, yeah, it is.
No, it's not, bro. No, it's not, bro. We got the contracts. We can match any salary. You know what I think, bro? I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm gonna tell you like this.
So who says we won't do that this offseason?
He hasn't done it. He had look at the past,
bro.
No, but what you can't do is say he hasn't done it when we haven't been in a situation.
We ain't been in this situation before.
We haven't been competing.
Yeah, we was. We was fresh off the Eastern Conference Final, and he went and got Gorgie Dang.
No, what I'm saying is that we wasn't in a situation where there was pressure on him to bring in pieces to win.
We're not in a second round
exit. Last year he was on house money.
So what you're saying is he's had leeway to be a loser.
He was playing with house money.
Right. So be a loser. So we could lose games and it didn't matter. That's what y'all saying.
In the first few years,
we just needed to make the playoffs. That's why I'm saying house money.
But see, this is my point of view, right? This is how I see it. I don't care about making the playoffs. I'm done past. We done made the playoff plenty of time. It's time to go make the playoff and win in the playoffs.
You talking about winning championship?
Say again?
You talking about winning championship, right?
What else I'm talking about? I ain't talking about going advancing past the first round.
If we go to the finals and we lose, let's say 4-2, you see that as a failure next year?
No, I see it as we got to regroup. We got to reload, come back again. But guess what? I got the players that can get me there. Now I can look for the little B-list talent to substitute here and there. But this is what I'm saying. He did it last year. People hear me say it all the time. He be dumpster diving for talent instead of going after proven talent.
That's that's damn near every.
Like we're acting like the Hawks were the only team.
I'm speaking about Travis and his track record. I don't care what other GMs. Travis and his track record tell you what. What it tell you?
But with the dump, I talked about this. The dumpster diving for talent. See, we don't look at when we want to go out there. We're not. Let me tell you what you can. I think everyone can get this through their head. Travis is not gonna go, and he's not gonna trade 20 first-round picks and 6 guys to go out there and get a guy like Anthony Davis. He's not gonna do that. What Travis is gonna do.
That's what we just said.
That's what he needs to do.
No, that's not what
No, the hell we don't.
that.
We need to do something.
No, see, this is what the excite. No,
This how you get fleeced.
Exactly.
How you getting fleeced now?
How
getting fleeced now?
If you're going after a proven NBA All-Star type
I'm
player,
talking about Anthony Davis.
Any All-Star, y'all just go pass up on every, huh?
You don't get you give up pieces, yeah, but proportionately, you don't just give the whole haul. You don't send the whole haul, and then you end up like Brooklyn this year.
Yes, you do. That's what it takes to get a star player, bro.
Hey,
go look at all the stars who get traded. What did Lakers had to give up to get Anthony Davis?
Role players.
Okay.
What we got? Role players.
What other stars been traded? What did the Clippers give up to get Paul George?
By the way,
they didn't even make it to the conference finals.
But it's the fact that they was willing to go do it. They was willing to go all in.
It didn't work though.
It didn't work.
Working now.
What's
working for the Hawks?
What's working now? What's worked for the Hawks since we've been in Atlanta? I'll wait.
I mean, do you want to be
Trae Young? The only thing that worked.
No championship is no championship. So it's not
right. It don't matter whether you go to the finals or if you.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because it does matter because it's the mentality of the organization. It's just like the Lakers. The Lakers are expected to always be competing, regardless. That's what they fans expect. They don't care who on the team. Even when it was Kobe and Smush Parker, they didn't care. They wanted wins.
That's why they got a nursing home.
They wanted, but you know what? Guess what they got though? They got a championship. They traded Kuzma, Ingram, Ball, all those players, right?
Randall.
And you got to sacrifice that stuff. But guess what? As an Atlanta Hawks fan, I trade all of them for one championship. You think I would?
Do you want a championship or do you want sustainability?
I want a championship because we don't have shit in Atlanta. We don't even have a finals appearance. I don't care about no long time. I would trade every player for one championship right now.
I got it. So if we went, let's say we won a championship next year.
Yep.
And then the next season we go 17 games under 500.
Bro, we could go straight to the lottery and I will be all right.
What?
Cause guess what I'm gonna be wearing? Guess what I'm gonna be having on? Guess who?
You know, after one championship, let me tell you this.
Let me tell you something. If we win a championship, you can't tell me nothing. Nothing. I don't care what they do after that.
Bro, that shit gonna wear off in about 3 months, bro.
Bro, we been in Atlanta for how long? How long the Hawks been in Atlanta?
Bro, I'm telling you this from being a Braves fan.
How long the Hawks been in Atlanta? Since the 60s.
67.
And 0 finals appearances, 0 championship. Let me tell you something.
Playing it safe.
We win that championship, you can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna be celebrating that for the next 5 years.
By the way, I want to go back to this because
so you telling me right now, Gerald, let's flip it to football because you're a football guy.
Yeah.
Falcons, 0 Super Bowl titles. You wouldn't sacrifice.
Don't use the Falcons, use UGA.
No, I'm gonna use the Falcons because they don't have nothing. See, you can't.
I'm saying UGA hasn't had one in my lifetime.
See, you can't use teams that already got a winning culture. You got to use teams who ain't never won shit. The Falcons haven't won shit, and the Hawks worse. At least the Falcons made it to the Super Bowl 2 times, right?
It's open.
You telling me you wouldn't sacrifice, say, 10 years of mediocrity for one championship that your team never has to win, never even made it to the finals? I will but if we could be in the lottery for 10 years, bro, I wouldn't care. I need that championship because we don't have nothing.
For me, I would take the sustainability, like how the Braves did
too.
it, and how
that's why.
and how
Look
the
here.
Braves did it, and how Kirby did it.
Hey, look here, man. And you talk about
I'm telling you,
sustainability.
because that we won two
Look
of
here,
my
man.
teams won a championship within 2 months of each other. And that shit done wore off already. I'm already over that shit.
Bro, because they always win.
No, they don't. This is their first time winning. Well, not the Braves, but UGA.
This ain't UGA first national championship. What you talking
about? In my lifetime, it is.
Man, look here, man. Look here. I'm going to say it like this. This is the type of mentality that's holding the Hawks back. You know, people that just want to play and say, keep things the same, keep the same players. Man, you got to shake things up. Because what happened before this run right here? Before Trae Young came, we had 10 years straight of making the playoffs. Okay, now you're talking about sustainability? Do you want to keep that same? People didn't want to keep that same sustainability.
No. Sustainability.
I mean, I don't care about no sustainability, man. I care about putting a good product on the field.
Let me give you my definition of sustainability. Sustainability is where you're able to compete for a championship every year, regardless if you win it or not.
I ain't competing. So when we compete. Let me stop.
We're not sustainable yet. I'm saying I would rather have sustainability rather than put all my eggs in one basket for one ring like the Lakers did.
And risk not winning it.
But they won it. They won. Let me tell you, man.
They did.
Let me tell you something. Hey, let me tell you a saying.
Life is all about risk.
Let me tell you a saying, bro. Scared money don't make money, bro.
Thank you.
It don't make money. You can't be scared because you know what it is, Gerald? I know what it is. When people say stuff like Billy, you know what that tells me? That tells me you scared to fail.
And they satisfied.
You can't be scared. You can't be scared to fail, bro.
You can't.
Scared to fail.
No, we're not.
That's how I take it.
We are
sustainability.
First of all, I want to say this real quick.
That's not the case. I just understand to win, there's two sides to it. There's the playing side, and then there's the business side, which is the harder part.
It ain't that hard, man. It ain't that hard. Y'all scared. Let me tell you something, man. Some of y'all Hawks fans, let me tell you something, man. I've been trying to follow Travis, bro, with this rebuilding the team crap. I've been trying to be supportive of the organization. But, bro, I keep saying it. He has to make, in order for us to go to that next level, we need a major player. It's going to take a major move to get that player. Because obviously, the dudes we got now, their development, whatever, you could blame it on whoever you want to blame it on. It ain't working.
Look at Boston. What moves did they make at the mid-season? They got rid of Schroeder and they traded for Derek White.
Let me tell you.
They won no stars.
Like but they helped the team. We could have made similar moves like that. But what do we do? They the same. That's exactly what I'm saying. You talking about sustainability. We don't care about no sustainability, man. You got to make moves.
Go ahead, analyst.
A couple things. First of all, I want to go back because
y'all think this NBA 2K.
Y'all both weren't slick when y'all talked about the Lakers, talking about role player. That's not all what it took. The moving needle in the deal was them getting that draft pick that was top 3, top 4. So that's number one.
You worried about a draft? Man, who care about that pick? I'm going for a
championship,
bro. I don't care about a pick.
The Pelicans care because the Lakers had a pick that was going to be high, and then that's another asset they had. Number one. Number two, I guarantee you, and I'll boldly say this, if both of you all were the general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, the roster wouldn't look much different. The roster would not look much different, giving your owners orders with his money. And given the situation and the timeline of this team, the roster would not look much different. Maybe going into this offseason, but the roster would not look much different.
No, it would have looked different for me. It would have looked different for me because I already told you I wouldn't have extended Capella. I wouldn't have signed Kevin Huerter. He would have had to prove it to me. So no, my roster would have been way different. I wouldn't have signed Dang. I wouldn't have kept TLC. No, that roster would have been way different if I was
all y'all gone.
Well, we could say
all y'all gonna want some sustainability.
That sound good.
It don't sound good. I'm just telling you what I would do. I'm saying the
and
roster
by
the same.
By the way, if you could find a way, you will win executive of the year. If you could find a way to get Andre Drummond or JaVale McGee on this roster to tell them that they're gonna play 3 months, and you get them, and you tell them they're gonna play 3 months, you can get them on this roster. You win executive of the year.
Get who on this roster?
JaVale McGee or Andre Drummond, the backup bigs you be talking about,
bro. Because I would have got them in the off season
for 3 months.
Because
Onyeka is the main backup big, so you can't tell them they're gonna only play. Okay, you're playing this amount of time, and you may get some minutes here or there. They're like, no, I'm gonna sign with the Lakers. I'm gonna sign with the Sixers, Clippers. I'm gonna sign with the Suns. These teams. That's gonna give me legitimate.
That makes no sense, bro.
Look, man.
I'm getting you as the backup, you're gonna get the backup minutes. You're gonna be my number one big off the bench. What are you talking about?
JaVale McGee, listen,
is a bench player. He backs up Ayton.
Onyeka was out.
I don't care about Onyeka, bro.
He was our backup.
I don't care. You know why I don't care? Did you just see Miami just kill us on the boards in that series? Did you not see that? With your boy Onyeka out there, undersized?
And DeMond. Look who Miami got. They got Dwayne Dedmon. Travis Slink traded Dwayne Dedmon and then traded back for him. He had Dwayne Dedmon on the roster twice and then got rid of him. We could be using Dwayne Dedmon right now.
What did he do while he was on? Okay.
What he doing now? You saw what he did against us. You saw what he did against us in the playoffs.
Let me tell
Better than Dean. Ding Dang, whatever you want to call him.
That dude,
that man ain't
dang garbage, dog.
Man, give me Dwayne Dedmon.
We should have kept Dedmon.
Why'd you get rid of him?
I don't get. Listen,
and got Omari Spellman. Come on, dog. I mean, that don't make sense. And y'all want to I know all of Travis's moves.
I know all of Travis' moves like the back of my hand. But let me tell you this: I know that Travis was not having to do anything that he's having to do now. It's like y'all look at his rebuilding team versus this team. Listen, if you have a general manager that when pressure was put on him, as it is this offseason, he went out and signed pretty much a whole new team. What makes you think he's not going to do anything this offseason? You all you're wanting Travis to trade override everything, but you can't just do that. No team is just out here making big splashes every offseason. It doesn't work like that. Teams, a general manager got to feel confident in the players they have for once, at least for a year. Look at the Phoenix Suns.
What you mean?
Look at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Memphis Grizzlies stayed pat at the trade deadline. Look at the Denver Nuggets.
Look at their record at the trade deadline. They didn't really need to make a move. What was our record at the trade deadline? No, talk about a team that was at the trade deadline that was 5 games under 500.
Wasn't Boston?
Yeah.
Yep. And guess what Boston did at the deadline?
Because a general manager, because the Spurs GM and Brad Stevens talked, and they got a deal together. That deal, you don't understand. Who would it have cost on our team that would have made our team better that we would have had to give up? If we who would we have given up that San Antonio would have wanted, that we would have gotten Derek White, that would have made us better?
You see what? You answered. You saying that question right there, let me know you scared, bro.
You're scared.
You scared. You know what you're scared of? You know what you're scared of? You scared that we're going to trade one of these young players and they're going to turn out to be something. Yeah. But guess what, my guy? That's a chance you got to take. That's a chance you got to take.
Who would y'all have traded for from the Spurs? For the Spurs, and who would you have gotten rid of?
Dude, I would have traded anybody except Trae Young. I don't care.
You would have traded like John Collins for Derek White.
No, not straight up. Well, not straight up. But give me somebody else.
You know what he's talking about.
No, he got to be exact with me.
So you wouldn't want Derek White?
No.
You want Derek White.
But Kevin Huerter, yeah. But Kevin Huerter, yeah.
You can have Huerter. You can have. I could throw a Kevin Knox in there. That's $4 million.
The
Throw his ass
Spurs
in
ain't
there.
finna take them too. Not for Derek White.
Let me
Who
tell you
did Boston
something. You
give
can't.
up?
No. You can't do that, Gerald. You
He
can't
was
sit
in
Okay.
there.
for 2 options.
You can't tell me to name players and then speak for the Spurs. You don't know what the
I got
Spurs
you.
want.
Who
Well, I'm
would
speaking for the Spurs based off of who
You
they
can't
took from the
speak for the
Celtics.
Spurs if you want me to be specific.
I got you. You got that one. Who
Man,
who do you think the Spurs would have wanted?
Shit,
man,
but at this point, I don't care.
who cares?
I don't care, dog.
Look, who they got rid of
So-
Josh Richardson and Romeo Langford and a top 4 protected
no
2021 pick.
and
an
unprotected first round pick and a
Bro,
second.
I don't
dog.
care about. I don't care about
I
these
don't
first
care.
round picks, man. We
No one
supposed to be.
cares.
Guess what? You know why I don't care about them picks? Because when you contending, that pick gonna be in the fucking 25 anyway.
Thank you.
It ain't gonna be no top 10 pick.
But so okay, so what do you so what if the owner is telling you one thing, but you want to do another?
Well, I got to do what the owner says, but I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm gonna explain to the owner what my plan is.
The owner is not going to let you mortgage the future.
The owner don't know
something
shit about basketball, bro. That's why I'm the president of basketball operations. If he knew about basketball, he would be doing it.
What?
Most of your owners don't know nothing about the sport, bro. Most of your owners own teams as a hobby. They don't care. That's not. They don't even make their. They don't even make their real money off of that. But at the when you get hired as a GM, on that interview, you got to explain to the owner what's your plan of action before he hires you. You don't get hired and then he be like, okay, so now what you gonna do? No, you explain to him, hey, boss, this the plan. This how much time I think we're gonna need. These are moves that I think we need to make in the next coming season or two. Boom, you present your plan. And the owner gonna, because guess what? When he hires you, then he agree with what your outlook is. You feel me? What's good, Rashad? What's popping, homie?
Man, I can't hear nothing.
Man, you better take all them old cheap old headphones off, man. Get some real headphones.
There we go.
Oh,
Did you hear what I just said?
You said something about my headphones.
No, that was analyst, bro. That was analyst. What's good with you, man?
Travis,
I'm glad I can catch you, fellas. Nah, what we talking about?
We just talk about basically the general point is, what moves do we need to make to improve the roster?
And they were also hating on Travis.
And we ain't talking about to get to the second round. We talking. Let me give you a new question. Here's a new question. And I'll start off with Rashad. Is there any way or any moves that we could make this offseason that would turn this current roster into a championship contender?
In the media, okay, yeah, that's one move that we can make. Trade for Giannis.
That ain't happening.
Hey, no. According to DJ Akon, you can just give up everything and they'll just say yes. So just go ahead and just Collins, Capella, Herder, Bogey, Gallo, all them, and they'll say yes.
No, but what we doing, guys? We assuming y'all. Let me put something out there because I'm looking in the chat and some people correct. Listen, we understand that the other team has to want the players. We know that already, guys.
Yep.
I thought that was a gimme, but let me say it because they be doing me like that in NPC. I think a lot of stuff is a gimme, but then I realized people don't. They think we don't know what we're talking about. We understand that a player that a player is better when they want to come to your team. We understand that the other team, when it comes to trades, they want certain players. We understand that. We're not sitting here just saying, hey, give them this, and they're going to take it. We understand that. Just so y'all know, we understand that. Okay, we understand that as the GM or the president of basketball operations, you work for the owner. We know that already. But guess what? Why do you think the owner hires a president of basketball operations? Because he don't want to deal with the shit. So we understand all of that. All right, go ahead, Anas. What you had to say?
Do you think the Hawks owner, and this actually, this is a question that just came up to me. You saying that? Do you think the Hawks owner gives Travis the flexibility to do what you're talking about whatever Rob Pelinka did in LA? Do you think he gives him the flexibility to do that?
Yep.
Yeah,
So you think he gives him the flexibility to mortgage the future?
Bro,
if
Travis come to the owner and says, I want to make this move, the owner's going to say, why? Travis explains his reasoning, and the owner either okays it or he doesn't. That's how simple it is.
I think Travis has stated that he could trade everyone on the roster.
That's what he said.
But Trey and Capella. So, I mean...
Well, that's because Capella couldn't get traded at the time.
But that's also because Capella last top 5 center. So
he couldn't get traded because of the extension. That's why he said that.
But I think when he make this big splash this offseason, MI and DJ, y'all owe him a huge apology. Y'all have
come on, man.
If you do,
I don't care, man. I don't care. Hey, and the thing is about Travis, man. I mean, we talk about a big splash. I'm sorry, but Travis, I mean, has fallen in love with some of these players, man, and he don't want to trade them. He really don't want to.
That ain't true.
He really don't want to. He really don't want to trade Hunter, Herter, but he would have did it already. He already.
That's not
true.
And
he said a year and a half into contention.
Hey,
He's fallen in love.
Look, he already said. He came out and what did he say at the All-Star break? I'm happy with our roster as it is. What did that tell you?
No, y'all can't. You can't flip that. You can't flip that. You
man fell in love with these players, man.
General manager says
love the players.
You know, Utah GM man. You know, Utah GM just said that. Every GM says we like we have.
What you gonna say? I hate DeAndre Hunter. I need to trade him.
No, you say I'll do whatever it takes.
That's
to make my
team
better.
If you listen to his exit interview, he said there's going to be a lot of moves made this offseason. A lot
he did say that.
This offseason. Make it. How come he didn't make it last offseason?
Because we went to the Eastern.
Because he's scared. Because he fell in love.
Oh my God.
No,
man. Let me ask y'all a question. I got a good question.
The truth, man.
Up until now, from the day that Travis took over. Up until we all can agree he screwed up last season, but up until last season,
I can't agree. But
do y'all feel like Travis has improved the state of the Hawks every season?
Absolutely not.
Nope.
No.
Agree.
From
where we were, he's brought this thing. We just can't give credit to Nate McMillan for the Eastern Conference. No, he put the roster together to do it. So we just can't. And then
if the roster was so good, that's why you got to give Nate credit. If the roster was so good, how come LP was 14-20 with that same roster?
That's LP is not a good coach.
There you go. So you got to give Nate the credit. What are you talking about? You can't give Nate credit.
That doesn't take away the fact that Travis brought the guys in. You just can't just ignore what.
Let me tell you what Travis' problem is.
And then
you know what his number one problem is? I'm gonna tell you what one of his problems is. One of his problems is he don't understand team chemistry. Okay, why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because
Miami and
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he always trades our veteran leaders. Our leaders of the locker room always get traded. He traded Dedmon, and the only reason he got he didn't trade Dedmon. Dedmon left in free agency. Why? I don't know why he didn't sign him. So then fast forward to the Christmas, then Trae Young come out and says, you know what, Dwayne Dedmon was our locker room leader. That's why we having these locker room issues. So he trades back for Dwayne Dedmon to come back to the team. So that's stupid. Then
that's not fair either, though, man.
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. That is stupid because why you trading for a player when you could have just signed him?
But that's not the full context.
What's the context then? What's the context?
The context was one, Collins got busted for steroids.
Exactly.
Two,
okay.
He brought in 3 vets, including Parker. What was the guy? Evans. He brought in like 3 vets.
Bro, Jabari Parker.
Yeah, Jabari Parker.
Bro, really?
Trash, bro.
Really?
No, y'all can't do that. You can't knock him for not bringing in any veterans, and then when you bring in veterans, you criticize
y'all not listening. Y'all not
play.
Bro,
None of them would play.
You're not.
So
they all
he
played
got rid of all of them at the trade deadline.
They all played, but let me tell you something.
No, they didn't. Evans played.
Jabari Parker played. What you talk about? Jabari Parker got tons of minutes.
Play because Collins got hurt.
He got tons of minutes.
Jabari Parker was supposed to be the backup.
Jeremy Lin got tons of minutes. What you talk about here, man?
Jeremy Lin was gone. That was Trey's rookie year that Jeremy Lin was there.
Watch this. Then our locker room leader right now gets traded. Solo gone. And then what everybody screaming in these chats?
We weren't winning.
Lou Will was the locker room leader guy. Let's get that right.
And you see how that turned out.
No, because we weren't winning at the beginning of the year. So I don't want to hear that little locker room leader. Things weren't going with Solo at the beginning of the year. If he was such a good locker room leader, then why would we not?
And see, that's why he because he doesn't value stuff like that. He's an analytics guy. He values analytics,
and he has a ring.
So he ain't win shit, bruh. I wish you stopped saying that.
He got 3 rings.
So here's my thing.
He was under Pat Riley in a Golden State.
But he wasn't the general manager. That assistant shit don't count. That's like saying you was assistant coach.
Pat Riley showed faith in Travis. What?
I don't care what he showed him. What has he done for us now, bro? Nothing.
He's got us a team to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
We did this year. This year was a 9th seed.
Well, can I give my opinion on what I think we should do?
Go ahead, Rashad.
So I mean, as far as like championship team, like if we want a championship team tomorrow, we got to go get Giannis, or we got to go get Embiid, or Jokic. Like, those are the only 3 players we can get that I think can make us a championship team.
And what if we don't?
To me, I think I posted this in the chat. I don't think our window opens as far as like a championship contender for another 2 years. So we got to make steps. And the next step, I think we've made the playoffs 2 years consistently. The next step is to get a deep playoff run consistently. I think that's the next step. So second, game 6 in the second round or better. To me, I don't think that it's so much of the personnel that we have. I think it's more of how the personnel goes together. I really think that the biggest issue. So because I know GM likes to trade people.
Don't say it's Travis
about trading people.
It's Travis.
I don't think the problem is that we need to trade, that we need to win the trade or to get a superstar player. I think the next progression is we need to clear out space on our roster for the players that we have, the talented players that we have, to understand their job and fulfill it, and Nate to be clear on what to do. Like, to me, like, so for instance, going into after this season, I'm saying this: we can either keep Hunter and move him to the power forward, or keep Collins and get rid of Hunter. I don't think Hunter works as the small forward. I don't think Collins works alongside of Hunter at the power forward. So I think that's what I mean by space.
So what type of play?
I don't think we can keep Herter with Bogey anymore. I think we have to make a decision on those 2 players.
So why did he sign both of them?
Thank you.
We made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We had to.
I mean,
we didn't have to do nothing.
You didn't have
to. Yes, he did have to do, because then y'all have been complaining. Why did he bring the players back?
He had one more year on his contract. You didn't have to extend him.
I mean, come on.
You didn't have to re-sign Capella.
Capella had a year left. We had 2 years left on this
deal. Capella ain't the problem, man. Let's start talking about Capella, guys. Come on.
We talking about everything. We talking about every player on the team, man.
This is the issue when you sign an extension or get the player to do an extension a year early. You assume the worst as a GM. So the worst case scenario is that they outplay what you was going to offer them. And then if you wait and they bet on themselves and they win, Now you
Like
now you
Collins.
looking stupid, and you got to pay him even more.
Like Collins.
No, you don't look stupid. You know what you look like? You look smart because now you're gonna pay them their market value. You look stupid. You look stupid when you sign them early, and then they give you that shit show like Kevin Herter gave you this shit for that money.
I'm saying there's no perfect. Either way can go wrong, is what I'm saying.
Bro, the only person you sign early is superstars and stars. That's it. You don't sign role players a year early.
Collins, Herter at 16 is a good value. That's a movable contract.
You know what? I bet you we could have got him for less this year.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Waiting with your players.
Combo.
Waiting to extend and sign your players will get you
fired.
It
don't get no safer than that.
It will get you fired.
Yeah.
It don't get you fired, Anders. What you talking about?
Yes, it will.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
That's too safe.
Y'all talking about
that's not
scary.
too safe. What did I just say?
That's a safe move right there.
Superstars and stars, you sign them early. Role players, I don't have to sign role players a year early. Why? They're replaceable. Watch this, Gerald, analyst, everybody in here. Tell me yes or no. So yes or no question. Rashad, DJ, and Cobb. Is Kevin Herter replaceable? Yes or no?
Yes.
100% yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
We already got his replacement.
There you
go. Hold on. Is Capella replaceable?
Yes.
No.
Hell no. He ain't not like Herter.
No.
So let me tell you,
not last year Capella.
This year Capella replaceable.
Is it easier to match a contract for Kevin Herter if you're talking about replacing him with 16 million or 8 or 9 million?
It depends on who I'm going after.
No. Generally
speaking, I can match him with anybody because guess what? I would have a plan. I would have a plan. If say this was Kevin Herter last year and I knew he was playing like crap, guess what I'm doing at the All-Star break? I'm already looking at other players. I'm either gonna move them or I'm already looking at other players that I'm going to target.
I think what analyst is trying to say is, let's say the long play is to use Kevin Herter's contract to make the money match for.
That's not what he's doing, bro.
But you can't. But with $9 million, that makes it harder to make the money match. I think is what he's saying.
But somebody got to want Herter.
That's not what he was doing, bro.
Oh, it's plenty of folks that gonna want.
He extended Kevin Herter because he drunk the Kool-Aid like some of us fans did. I know I drunk the Kool-Aid. That's why he extended him, because he was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to lock him here early because I see so much potential in this guy. That's why he got him early. He a role player, bro.
And because he showed,
but in that situation, without knowing how
he stepped up in one game, bro.
Without knowing how this year went, who wouldn't have done that?
Say that again, Gerald.
Without us knowing how this current season just went, in that situation, who would not have done that?
I wouldn't have done it because Kevin Herter is a role player. You think
he would have had to?
Is Kevin Herter, Gerald? Is Kevin Herter a role player? Yes or no?
Role player.
Kevin Herter is a role player.
Exactly. So you already listen in your head. You already know what he is. So
role players win championships, though.
And look here with Kevin Herter
when they show up.
Look here with Kevin Herter after the what he did in the playoffs, his trade value went up. So that was a good time to trade him. But now,
that's a fact.
But now after you know he did this in the playoffs,
how would you have looked as a franchise? How would you have looked as a franchise if the quote unquote hero of Game 7, you show your appreciation by trading them off? Other players look at that type of stuff on how you get the players.
Bro, who
catching
cares?
feelings.
It ain't about catching feelings. It ain't about that.
Gerald, so you telling me? Go ahead,
Rashad. On this.
Gerald, you telling me, right? You telling me just because Kevin Herter did good, he did good. I give him the Game 7 stuff. He did good in the playoffs. If there was a deal to improve your team and they wanted Kevin Herter, you telling me you're not going to do it because you don't want to look crazy? It's going to improve your team.
Okay.
I made the same argument with the head coach situation.
I got the perfect example, right? You can't do it with the coach. I got the perfect example, right?
Exactly.
So during the offseason, it's like a week after we beat Philly, I was posting online trade for Ben Simmons. And I was like, you need to trade Herter.
Thank God we ain't do that.
Collins for a signing trade Herter, Collins for a signing trade, and this is before we drafted Sharif. I was saying we could probably throw Reddish in there, and I was like, trade 4 draft picks, 4 first-round draft picks.
And you just made the Sixers the
and you just
NBA
got
champions.
If we would have pulled that off,
you just got and made the Sixers NBA champions.
That was 100% continuity.
You just gave them everything they needed: defensive versatile player in Cam, shooter in Herter, and you gave them John Collins, where they can move to bias up to the 3. You just made them the NBA.
Cam can't even get on the floor.
Why do you care? Why
Cam
do you
played
care?
most games than Ben Simmons this year.
Guys, why do you care what the other team look like?
Money, man.
Hey, why you care? Who cares what Philly look like? I don't care what Philly look like. I'm trying to improve my team.
My team, exactly.
I don't care what the other team look like.
So to me, you trade. Thank you. To me, you trade a player like Herter after he has a breakout game. For my point is that you trade Herter in that moment for a star. You relinquish your assets for the future.
Who the hell was gonna give up a star for Kevin Herter?
Bro, it's not Kevin Herter straight up, dog. It ain't Kevin Herter straight up, man.
But it can be if you give him a good contract.
No, it can't, because ain't nobody gonna take on that contract.
Ain't nobody gonna take. I get. That's what I thought y'all was talking about straight up.
They wouldn't have to because they wouldn't have to because he was on a 1-year deal. He had 1 year left. If they wanted to extend him, they could have.
And they would have had his bird rights.
Got him off the books.
And they would have got his bird rights.
Yeah, and they could have got him under the cap with the bird rights.
So you saying we would have traded another team would have took Kevin Herter on a rental?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a package deal.
Especially if you get Collins.
Well, he used Ben Simmons as an example, but you could use any superstar, any star who making a lot of money. You package a Kevin Herter, because let me tell you, this is how you usually go. They might not even want Kevin Herter, but they'll take him because he's an expiring contract.
And he'll shoot.
That's kind of like what we did in the beginning with Travis.
Say again?
Just like how we did in the beginning with Travis with the Plumlees and all those players, right?
Yeah, we didn't want them players. That's why you see they didn't. Plum last 1 year and he was gone. He was expiring. Right. We didn't want him.
Right, but we got the picks.
And it got us off Dwight Howard contract. So what it did,
that's what they were looking at.
What it did,
we got picks.
Plumlee had 1 year left. Dwight had 2 years. I think Dwight had 2 years at 20 apiece. So what that did was you trade for Plumlee. The money is a wash the first year, but the second because Plumlee gone and you don't have Howard on your books.
Yep.
So you feel like that was the correct move?
Who, me?
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't like Travis.
No, I'm asking. Do you feel like that?
I didn't because he told me we were supposed to be competing. I didn't want us to tear it down and rebuild.
He didn't say competing. He said we want to get to being a competitive team when we're in.
Did you watch his press conference? Did you watch?
I watched it 7 times.
No, he said he did say we wasn't going to tank. That's
Exactly.
where he lied.
Exactly.
That's where he lied.
However,
I don't want to hear what a GM say. He lied to the fans. Point blank. Period. Just say he lied, bro. Just say he lied.
Okay,
what he did was correct. What he did was correct.
It was correct.
But he shouldn't have lied about it.
Exactly. There you go. Just say, hey guys, this is the situation we in. We gonna make some moves, but what? We gonna be competitive. We trying to build a championship. We might go through a couple hard times. Boom. There you go, man.
Nah, he can't say that much. He can't say that much because then the season ticket gonna drop.
Bro, the ticket's gonna drop anyway when you're losing.
Well, at least the season ticket holders locked into the season before they lose.
And guess what? Now they ain't never coming back because they know what you about.
Nah, they gonna come back.
But him lying had nothing to do with.
Listen,
he did lie, analyst. He should have worded it differently.
Kevin Herter is a role player at this point. Okay, you should have traded him. I'm gonna tell you what he messed up at. He should have traded John Collins at the trade deadline. Matter of fact, he should have got rid of him before that.
Should have got rid of him before the season.
For who?
Exactly.
For who?
I don't care, bro.
Ben Simmons.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me, Gerald. Listen to me.
If we would have got,
that's why I said you can't. You got to be a forward-thinking general manager, because guess what?
You can't say that. And you talking about mortgage in the future?
No, I can't say that. Watch this. I'm gonna put you on the game, youngster. Watch this. if you the general manager and you got a John Collins and he up a contract, you make him an offer that you think he worth. He tell you no. You already, a smart person will have a number in their head, right? I think you worth this. If he say no, guess what? You got to get rid of him because guess what happened if you don't trade him by that deadline? Now you either gonna pay him what he wants, or you lose him for nothing.
And he tried to trade him.
He tried to trade him multiple times,
but nobody gave him.
DJ,
nobody gave him anything.
You can't do that. You can't criticize him trying to do it because it's the same act as. Listen,
but watch this though.
You the custom out of we got Kyle Kuzma for some John Collins.
But GM, watch this though. Watch this. Now everybody get mad at Collins. You know why they get mad at Collins? They don't get mad at his production. They mad at the money he makes. They mad at the contract. If John Collins was making $15 million, no one would care about what production he giving us, right?
I would.
So now you stuck.
And that's what we all know.
If you would have traded him, yes, it is, because guess what? Every time a trade come up, you trying to trade him.
We tried to trade him, Damon. Ain't nobody give us no offer.
But what I'm saying is this. So, Gerald, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You got to weigh your options. You got to weigh your options. If I put him out there, right? If I put him out there to get traded, and the team come back and say we're gonna give you, I'm just gonna make something up. We're gonna give you Robin Lopez and a first round pick. I gotta weigh that, even though I may not like it. I have to weigh that against what happens if I don't trade him. Now if I don't trade him by the deadline, I'm stuck. I'm either gonna lose him for nothing,
or you stuck with Robin Lopez.
Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all not listening. Listen to what I'm saying. You weigh your options. If I offer you Robert Lopez in the first round pick, right? Mm-hmm. You as a general manager gotta say, okay, that's one option. My other option is if I don't trade him by it. What happens if I don't trade him by the deadline? I'm gonna lose him for nothing, or I'm gonna have to pay him what he wants.
Yeah,
I might as well lose him for nothing because Robin Lopez is nothing.
So you're gonna take that pick.
Backup.
You're gonna take that pick,
and you get a first round. But that's kind of my point. That's kind of my point with what I think needs to happen this offseason, right? To me, it is very important. That's one of the reasons I wanted to see Nate work a Conwu in at the power forward to get him reps to see what we have there. And the reason I say that is because like we have a lot of young talent and we have to tons of analysts have even said this. We have to consolidate what we have into a player that can do multiple things, or we have to create space for our other players. And so if you can get a Robin Lopez and a first rounder for a Collins, but you have faith that Hunter and a Conwu can give you the minutes at power forward that you need to be a playoff contending team, I think you do it.
So Robin Lopez gonna play the 5?
No, but guess what else you can do? Guess what you can do? Guess what else you get? Now, guess what? Now you don't got $25 million on the books.
Exactly.
That sound very safe to me.
Now you don't have because guess what that allows you to do? Now I can go out and supplement other positions with that leftover money I got.
Please, no.
That ain't safe. That's called building.
100%.
Or what you can do is take at the trade deadline, if you don't get an offer that you want, or what you can do is say, you know what? I'll take the risk, give him the money, and then I get the value back for what his contract is worth next year if I want to trade him. It's just that simple.
No, it's not that simple. You know why?
If he plays up to
it ain't that simple, GM, because guess what? Now you got to find another team that value Collins at $25 million. What? They got the value.
Washington wanted him. Dallas wanted him.
Not at $25 million.
But here's the other thing.
Boston did want him this year.
When did they want him? When?
They were trying to trade him for Kuzma.
At the trade? No.
Bro,
they didn't want to give up Kuzma.
Bro, so if they don't want to give up Kuzma, do you really think they think Collins is worth $25 million? Kuzma don't even make $25 million, and they don't want to trade him.
But Damon, it works the same way as if you try to trade him before the deadline. Nobody even what you just said. Nobody's gonna give a first round pick.
When I say deadline
with
Collins, I'm talking about last year before.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about that too.
Say that again.
That's what I'm talking about too. The market said for what Travis wanted for Collins, the market was nowhere near that. And because if I'm the opposing GM,
I answered that already, Gerald. I explained that already. I said you have an option. You have options there. You either take what people are offering, or you lose him for nothing, or you gonna pay him what he wants to keep him.
And guess what? You got 2 vehicles you can drive with this money now. Either you involve him in a big trade, or you get multiple assets from him to
That's
match,
only if the other team value Collins at $25 million, because they got to pay the salary. So if they don't value
what would
him,
you have done, DeMar, with the options that was there?
Oh, I would have traded him.
I would have traded him.
I would have traded him.
For who?
For anybody. I would have tried to get him. I would have tried to get him. Bro, I just told you. I would have listen to me. I would have. My main goal.
Your ass been fired.
I would have tried to get a first round pick, right? I would have tried to get a first round pick.
Nobody offered that
because we don't know that.
We don't. Yeah.
So
we don't know.
It's the same way you don't know he tried to trade him.
I bet we can.
I didn't say he didn't try to trade him. I said I would have traded him. Not tried to. I would have.
THT for Collins.
Say that again, Rashad.
I bet the Lakers would trade THT for Collins.
Please,
I don't want no Tucker Horton.
Don't give me nobody on the Lakers.
No. If that was the only deal to trade deadline,
I don't want. But you know what? If it would have saved me $25 million at that deadline, he gone.
And this is the same situation we're in with Hunter. You know, are we going to trade him? Or are we going to pay him?
Make a
the exact same.
So
you got to make a
DJ?
decision, man. I mean,
this what you do with Hunter. This what you do with
Hunter. He's a role player.
Go ahead, DJ. Finish your thought, and then I'll go.
Hunter is a role player. You got to trade him. You can't pay him.
This is what I would do.
You can't pay him $16 million.
This is what I would do. I would tell Hunter. I would tell Hunter.
There's a starting wing that you're not gonna pay $16 million to.
I don't care.
This what you do with Hunter, man. This what you do with Hunter. GM and the coach tell Hunter, "Hey, this is what we need you to work on. Just because this is what we need you to do." He got 1 year left on the deal at $9 million. Now, listen to me. This is where you got to be forward thinking. You have to already have a number in your head that you think Hunter is worth. When that trade deadline hit, you got to ask yourself, did he perform to the number I think that he's worth? You see what I'm saying? If the answer is no, you have no choice but to move him. It's the same. It's because it's going to be John Collins all over again.
And Demond. Demond, here's the thing. Here's the thing doing that. You know, with trading him at the deadline, then you know the opposing team is only going to have him for half a year. You know, if you had traded him, you know, in the off season before this season, the opposing team would have had him for 2 years on the rookie contract.
Well, you know what, DJ? It come back to the general manager and the coach. Do they believe in him? If they don't believe in him, then you move them early.
Catching feelings. That's the problem. You can't be catching feelings.
Here's
the thing. What DeMond's saying, that do make perfect sense with the number by the trade deadline. Did he meet? Did he produce to that or not? I get that. Here's the thing. If the answer is no, then if I'm another GM, I'm like, hold up. He trading this guy. I can you showing your hand too early. Mm-hmm. If I'm another GM, I'm gonna say, why would I trade something for him when I can just get him in the offseason for the low? Since he ain't performing at what he's supposed to be doing anyway.
Because contending teams go after those contracts. They go after those type of players because they can rent them, and guess what? It's no loss, no foul because they need players. You're not going to trade him. Obviously, a team that's under 500, not going to trade for him. You're looking at the contending teams. Now, your downside is this fool was drafted 4th overall. You're not getting no lottery pick for his ass. I could tell you that right now. If he not playing worth a damn, you're not getting no lottery pick. So you're looking at a late first for him. Maybe something in return to get salary off the other team books. But you have to wait and see what he does.
I'm going off
We
worst case
already waited.
scenario. If he doesn't play, I'm going off your criteria. If he don't play to that number, and I
Right.
gotta trade him,
Right. Because guess what happened if you don't trade him, Gerald? Guess what happened if you don't trade him? You got two options after that trade deadline. You don't trade him. Guess what are the options?
You stuck with him, or you gonna lose him for nothing. I got it.
You ain't stuck with him. You gotta pay him what he think he worth.
Yeah, that's why I said you. That's why I said you stuck with him, or you let him go for nothing. I get that. What I'm saying is that if I'm the other GM, whoever it is, you done showed your hand to all the other 29 others.
Only a team not contending gonna think like that. Contending teams will trade for players like that because they need that rental player now.
Most of those players, no, that's not true, because what we gonna want to pick. Those type of teams, they don't have draft capital.
What I just say,
they
bro,
done already mortgaged it.
Your pick gonna be a late first round pick because they're gonna be contending teams, and it don't have to be the pick from this year. They could trade that first round pick 3 years out. So it don't have to.
So you would take a 2025 first round pick for Hunter if he not playing to the contract or to the number.
Yep, I would.
Give me something.
You know why? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because guess what? Watch. It's the same thing with John Collins, bro. Watch this. You make Hunter an offer. Say you make him an offer. Say you say, I'm gonna give you, I think you worth $15 million per. I'm gonna put you around there with Kevin Huerter. If he tell you no, then guess what? He already want way more money. So you got to ask yourself, are you willing to pay whatever he wants to keep him or lose him for nothing? That's what I'm trying to explain to y'all.
And look here, Damon. I mean, I'll go back in history. You know, we lost three players just like this. Josh Smith, Al Horford. Al Horford and Millsap. But with Millsap, which y'all don't Horford, he basically fleeced Slink. He promised I'll resign, but then in the offseason he gone.
That was somebody else.
Won't hear.
It's the same thing. I mean, we could have traded Horford, but we decided to wait. And guess what happened?
Coach Bud was the GM.
Yeah, Coach Bud. That was Coach Bud.
Coach Bud was the GM.
Danny Ferry was there.
What did we get for Horford?
Nothing.
When he left?
Nothing.
Why didn't we trade him? It's the same thing we're talking about now.
Value for Horford.
That was different.
It's always trade value for players. It's always value. It's always value. It's all about.
I don't think Horford was interested in being traded. Horford, I think, was very clear. He wanted to test free agency.
No,
he had never been. I'll
tell you how it went. I'll tell you how.
No, that's what he said.
No, it wasn't, bro. This how it went. Horford wanted a max contract from the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks' first offer was under 100, and Horford was like, he felt disrespected by it. So then here come Boston, and Boston maxed him out at 4 years. And what Boston could offer, they offered him the most money. Then Atlanta tried to come back at the last second. And Horford was like, nah, because if y'all really wanted me, you would already gave me what I wanted. Boston gave me what I wanted. I wanted max money. They gave me max money. That's why he went to Boston. That's exactly what happened.
But that all happened in free agency. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was free agency.
He wasn't interested in being traded.
No, but what he's saying is this.
He made it clear.
No, but what he's saying is this.
Try
what he's saying is this, though. This what he's saying. He's saying this. Once again, if you don't think Al Horford was worth max money, and you already know his agent done told you what he want, then you gotta trade him if you're not gonna give him the max money. Don't wait till the free agency and then go back
to pennies on the dollar.
And now you get
100%.
But did we lose any? But the Travis.
Hold on. I got a question. Did Horford have a no trade clause in his contract?
No, he was unrestricted free agent, bro. He didn't.
We were coming out the 60-win season.
He had no contract, bro. He was unrestricted free agent. That was Horford. What I think it was his 9th year. He was unrestricted.
Yeah,
that was his second contract.
Yeah, he's unrestricted, bro. He could go anywhere he wanted.
I don't know about the Horford thing. I did want to comment though on this whole Hunter thing. I like Hunter. I just don't think he's a small forward. Now he can do a lot of things. He can do a lot of things differently. I think he's better at the power forward. I think you try to move. I think you try to move him or Collins, and whoever you can move. The other one, Hunter. I'm obviously not giving him more than 16 a year because he hasn't proven that he can play every year. But whoever you don't move, that's the player that you start and you dress up with. If I can get a lot for Collins, I'm moving Collins. If I can get a lot for Hunter, I'm moving Hunter. So that's pretty much how I play it.
So Rashad, let me ask you this question. Okay, what if Hunter is requesting $20 million from the Hawks? What would you do?
You know what? I'll let him play out the year, give him his retainer. I'll extend him his retainer. And because he's a restricted free agent, if somebody can give him $20 million, we'll match it. If he plays up to that standard.
What if he don't? What if he doesn't?
If he don't play up to that standard, then I ain't gotta match it.
Is he playing to the standard now?
No, because he don't play enough.
Come on.
I think
Hunter?
He hasn't played 50 games in the season.
Why? Because he's
hurt. He's hurt.
Thank you. So why would you pay $20 million? You gotta go.
If you're just talking about
skills, that man.
If you're just talking about skills, I think as a starting two-way wing, he's worth $20 million.
I'm talking about the big picture. He's a good starting wing when he is healthy. Has he been healthy?
No. So that's why you can't pay.
So that's why you gotta go. You gotta make the move.
But he got a whole year to prove us wrong.
He had 3 years.
But see, that's what I'm saying, right?
Don't got time.
He got 1 year left.
That's on Emery too.
He got one left. He got 1 year left on the deal.
I don't want to hear no Emery.
He got
I don't hear nothing about Emery, man.
Everybody told.
So basically what y'all are saying is you would make a whole bunch of Cam Reddish trades.
No. Look here. I'm saying. No.
I'm telling you.
You got to make a decision.
My God, this is what I'm saying. That's why I always tell y'all: put a number in your head that you think the player is worth.
16.
If they don't play to that standard by the deadline, you trade him. Why? Because if you don't, you either stuck with him and have to pay his market value, or you lose him for nothing. Y'all over here talk about, you'll trade him for this pick. I'd rather get something and not have nothing.
Here's a good question, Damon. Here's a
good question. Get whatever his value is.
What if he?
Why would I bring him back if he ain't? If I bring him back, I gotta pay him what he wants, not what I think he worth.
Okay,
but if he outplays that number, Damon, he gonna say no to the extension.
What if he outplays that number?
Listen,
what if he don't?
What do you do?
Listen, the agent gonna tell you what they want. You make your offer, they gonna tell you no.
And if he wanted $20 million, he should have outplayed his $20 million this year.
They're gonna say.
I'm talking about next year. Did he give us $20 million this year? This year?
No, he ain't worth $20 million.
Okay, then bye.
Solid 12.
Watch this. The agent gonna come back and say, "Hey, we looking at this. We looking at this price range, 20 to 22 million. This is what we looking at." So what you say is, well, I only think he worth 16. So you play him, you give him every opportunity on the court. By that deadline, you got to ask yourself, is this dude worth 20 to 25 million, whatever he's asking? Because you already know if I don't trade him, I have to pay him. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So you should already know by the deadline if you want to pay him that money. You should already know that.
Okay. I got a question. Let's run it the other way. So, Damon, let's say, you know how I just said, if he outplays the number, most likely his agent going to tell him to wait. Mm-hmm. So, let's switch it the other way around. What if he's playing borderline, slightly below? Would you offer him the extension but lowball him?
I'm a lowball
instead
him.
instead of trading him.
No, I'll lowball him at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna lowball your ass at the beginning of the season at whatever number. I'm not gonna say lowball. I'm gonna offer you what I think you worth. Right? Listen now, you got to know how to finesse this stuff. He restricted. I don't care if he outplayed the contract, because guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna wait to see what other teams make an offer. And if I think he's worth what other teams offer, I just match it.
No, I was talking about at the trade deadline, like you said originally.
What about the trade deadline?
I was saying make the timeline for at the trade deadline. If he doesn't outplay the number, let's just say he's borderline. It's debatable if he did or not.
It's up to you. Listen, I see what you're saying. It's up to you as the general manager. That's your call. Did he play up to what you think he worth?
I'm saying, would you instead of trading him, would you just lowball him?
Well, no, because
to keep him.
I would just bring the offer back that I had on the table. I'd be like, hey, do you want this $16 million? Okay. If he tell me no, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna trade him if he ain't playing to the number that I think.
He know he playing bad. You got the leverage though, is what I'm saying.
So you got to go.
No, I'm saying if you lowball him, not lowball, but if you give him a preliminary number in the off season, he say no. Then he underplays that. Why don't you just offer him a lesser number and keep him? Because if it happened the other way around, you probably gonna lose.
Why would I want to keep him if he's not playing to the standard I need him to play at?
Of the number that he wanted, though. But
why would I? That's what I'm saying, guys. Why are we talking about keeping a player who not playing to the standard?
Yeah,
if you below the standard, you not the standard. Why would I keep you? Now I'm stuck with you to keep playing below the standard for another 4 years.
So you let him go.
I trade him.
How you gonna if he's underplaying, you ain't gonna trade him for nothing.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm getting.
You ain't gonna be able to get rid of him. You ain't gonna be able to. You ain't gonna be able to trade him at Goodwill.
Yes, you will. You'll get something in return.
The Lakers are offering a second-round pick for Cam Reddish.
We should have traded him last year.
Here's a scenario for Hunter, right? I think this is fitting too. Let's say we don't extend Hunter.
Right.
So we don't extend Hunter. We say it's a pay-to-play situation, a play-to-pay situation, right? And he has a Brandon Ingram type breakout year, like what he had in New Orleans. New Orleans did not give him an extension when they traded for Anthony Davis. And then Brandon Ingram had probably his best year of his career. It's definitely to that point made the All-Star team, made third team All NBA, and qualified for a max.
Mm-hmm.
So what about if that happens? Because if Hunter, particularly if we keep Collins or Herter, and then Hunter finds his groove next year and becomes like an all-star, and we are a deep playoff team. He plays, let's say he plays 70, 75 games.
Or even most improved in the running for that.
Yeah, and because that's what Brandon Ingram got. Brandon Ingram got most improved player. He got MIP that year.
Okay.
If Hunter has a year like that,
right,
we're not going to be able to keep him.
Yeah, why not?
If it's a pay for play,
why not?
Because we're going to be so far over the cap.
Who care about the cap? Championship teams don't care about the cap. I don't see Golden State.
But we're not in that window yet.
Let me look. I don't see Golden State trimming their roster. They stay over the cap.
We about to see it.
The Lakers over the cap.
Yes.
Come on, man. All these teams
but we not in that window yet, Damon, to where we can just think like that.
Lakers got a championship.
I don't do the window thing. You keep your best players, dog. If he turned out to be, say he come out next year and he give me and he averaging 22 a game, I'm keeping him. And guess how I'm gonna do it? I'm gonna wait till the off season, right? And then I'm gonna see what the other teams offer him because he's restricted. He can't leave. I can match it. Boom.
So if he give you 22 points a game, and let's say Sacramento, I always use a trash team because they offer the most.
Go ahead.
Let's say Sacramento offers $27 million.
I don't even think is that his max money? Is that his max?
He can get.
See,
He
Gerald.
can get about 29. He can get.
He can get up to 29, I think.
I think it's like 30 around there, somewhere between 30 and 32, or like 29 and 32, something like that.
And see, this is what I'm saying. This is the risk we run. Trying to bring Hunter back this season, because just like you said, somebody in this offseason can offer Hunter around what did they offer him? 29. Okay, he signs an offer sheet. Are we gonna match? That's too much money. We could be just like Sacramento was with Bogey and lose him for nothing.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Either way,
that's why.
I think you got to get him to sign.
That's the risk we're running.
That's why you have to have a number in your head what you think he's worth. Now watch this. Over the season, the number can go up. If he balling, okay, then I value him at 16. He's balling. Now I value him at 18. Now I value him at 20. Okay, he's an all-star. But let's put 22, because now if he become an all-star, now you got to put him.
That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
right
now
there.
you're looking at the average price.
30.
You're looking at the average price of the wing player.
Now.
You're looking at the average price. You're looking at the average price of the wing player. But that's what you're gonna pay for an all-star two-way player. Am I right or wrong?
But then Demond.
No, you're right. You're right, Demond.
But then Demond, what if he decides, okay, I don't want to re-sign. I want to test free agency.
Well, he can't because he's restricted. He restricted. He can't.
No, he's restricted this year.
No, next year he's restricted.
No, next year he restricted.
He restricted next year.
No, next offseason he restricted.
Right.
He qualifies for an extension this year.
Correct.
We can pretty much match. We can match any offer.
Right.
Any contract offer that he gets. That's why I asked if he get offered 29.
That's why I keep telling you. That's why I keep telling you. You put a number in your head. The number can go up. It can go down. But your breaker is the trade deadline. Is he performing to the standard by that deadline?
I'm not waiting to the deadline.
Because then you got to get rid of him if he's not performing to the standard, because then you could lose him for nothing, or you're going to end up paying more than the number you had in your head.
The NBA draft
is damned if you do, damned if you don't, because if you do it the other way, then you pretty much going to get fleeced for him.
Exactly.
Do it now. That's why I say do it now. Do it in the offseason.
Or you involve him in a bigger trade.
You said sign him now?
No, trade him now. Make a decision. Make a decision. No. Okay, let's make a decision. We're gonna re-sign him or we're gonna trade him. You got to make the decision now in the offseason.
So then that makes sense. But then he's going to be an expiring contract. So now you got to package up a pick for him, and you're going to get less value for him.
Make a decision.
No, if he's an expiring contract, that's good.
Make a decision.
I'm not putting a pick with an expiring contract. You crazy.
I'm saying the other team's going to look at him like a rental. Okay, if you want me to take this rental, you got to make it worth my while is what I'm saying.
No, you don't. That's why I said the only people who go after rentals, Gerald, are contenders. Yep. Bottom feeding teams who don't have no championship expectations, they don't go after rentals. They don't. Only people who go after rentals are your Lakers. Who else up there? Warriors, Suns, contending teams. They can't do that.
They can't do that no more. Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Most contending teams, they don't always do that because most of them done gave up their picks already.
Yeah,
bro.
So they don't have any picks to.
Only people who, yes,
they
do. They do have picks. They do have picks. The only people who don't have picks.
Lakers damn sure ain't got no picks.
They traded the picks for
Westbrook.
They traded the picks for, but you got to look at the move
got to get bailed out.
It don't matter, but guess what the Lakers got out of it? A championship that we don't have.
Milwaukee ain't got no picks. They gave up all their picks for
Jrue Holiday.
You got the Lakers
Holiday and all the other moves they made. That's why they had to get rid of what's the boy name? They got rid of DiVincenzo. The Bucks did. Yeah, they got rid of. They had to get rid of him, and they drafted him.
Yeah.
So would you rather be the Bucks right now? Or would you rather be the Lakers, Damon?
That's an easy.
That's easy. I'd rather be the Bucks.
That's what I was talking about earlier with sustainability. The Bucks a perfect example
of what?
Yeah.
Of what?
The sustainability that we talked about.
They got
earlier.
one championship in how many years? They've been stable.
But you should say you'd rather be them.
Well, he gave me
because they got the championship.
Like,
bro. He gave me a choice, bro.
But no, the point I'm trying.
No, don't do that. He gave me a choice. I picked. Then he added the question. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So they I think they've been stable. It's safe to say probably about 5 years.
What's considered stable? Making
Sustainability.
I
put it like this.
Making a playoff.
You deep in the playoffs.
They've been championship contenders for at least 5 years now.
No, not 5. Not 5, bro.
I give you 2 teams that's sustainable.
3. Okay, 3.
2 teams that's sustainable. Utah, and Denver.
That's not. No, they not.
They're not.
That's sustainable. Yeah,
Denver
they've been making the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about sustainable.
I said deep into the playoffs to where you contending for a championship every year, even if you don't win it.
They were in the spot.
Denver was contending in the bubble.
Once.
They was contending in the bubble till Jamal Murray got hurt.
Denver may be in the worst position in the NBA.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
Let me tell you what happened. Hey, watch this. Watch this. Let me tell you what happened when you sign a motherfucker too early. Look at Michael Porter Jr. They maxed him out. Look at him. Look at
Gordon.
Look, see, that's why I signed him too early.
We didn't.
That was just a dumb move.
The Murray thing. You can't predict no injury if from a player that's been durable.
What about Porter Jr.?
Now that was I didn't agree with that at all.
That was just stupid.
I didn't because he was hurt before the draft.
Yeah, his back been hurt since college.
Yeah, but I don't blame them for Jamal Murray though.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because he normally plays.
Yeah, I'll give him credit on that. But fellas, it's hour 50 minutes already, baby. My time go by fast, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna start with my guy Rashad since I got him up here. Tap in with me, man.
All right.
Get your final thoughts and anything you want to promote.
Final thoughts. Got to make a decision on Hunter and Collins. Can't keep both. We got to find out what we got in Okongwu if he's as special as some of us think he is. And most importantly, Trey need to get better because I can't even look at that little nigga right now. I swear to God, I don't even want to see a picture.
Man,
I can't even see a picture, man.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Talk to me, DJ. Your final thoughts, man. Anything you want to promote?
Man, look here, man. I mean, we got to get better as a team. You know, we're having this year unacceptable. And here's the thing: there's two different options. You know, to get better: the draft, making trades, or 3 and signing free agents. So, you know, Travis, he has proven that he is reluctant and slow to make trades. So what are we going to do? Just sit back and run the same team back? Run the same starting 5? Well, core players back next season? No, I hope not. I hope he has the balls to make some moves. So we got to do something.
All righty. My guy Gerald, what final thoughts? Anything you want to promote?
One thing, the first thing he got to do, he got to upgrade the shooting guard position.
That's fact.
Before anything, Herder got to go. After that, if you can get some good value for John, I say get him out of here too. Gallo might have to go as well. I like Gallo, but the amount of money he makes, that's a good tradable asset for me. That's why I say he might have to go as well. But I feel like up until taking last year out the equation, I think he was okay. You know, as far as the process. But this year, this offseason, he got to do it. Got to pull that trigger.
All righty. My boy Analyst, final thoughts, man. What you got?
Listen, we have in our year and a half in contention and striving for contention. Travis has done everything possible to improve this roster with every money situation. So I still stand by trusting Travis. I believe that he's going to get us a championship roster. I think he knows what it takes. And I think that everyone else should believe in him if you want to win a title. So, you know, I trust Travis, DJ, and DJ and MI. You all are gonna have to come back on here and apologize to Travis when he go out there. He get us a number 2 option and build this championship roster, and build this deep into playoff contention roster. So trust Travis. Half the team won't be back next season, but trust Travis. We're making moves this off season.
All righty, now I'll be last, and all I got to say is, hey, listen, Travis need to do something. I see all the Hawks fans complaining about we need a second score and all this and all that. We need a second score, but we need somebody that's at an all-star level. Okay, the days of dumpster diving for talent is over with. We don't need no more TLCs. We don't need no more Trash Brothers. We don't need no more Jabari Parkers and all that garbage. We need to make a move and let's improve this team for real. Let's not sit here and lollygag on some BS. You know what I'm saying, Travis? And if Travis can go out there and get me an all-star caliber player, I'll make a video apologizing. Shit, I made one for Trae Young, so ain't no biggie. You know what I'm saying? Because I want us to win. But I'm tired of him nickel and diming us with this talent. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my thoughts. And I appreciate everybody. Salute to all the guests up here. Salute to everybody in the chat. And we shall be back, man. Catch us next time. Be on the lookout. You feel me? And we out, man. Peace.